Hey, this is about the Jimmy Hart. Hey, you gotta watch Old Away Wrestling. It's unbelievable. I caught it the other day. Awesome. Check it out. Old Away Wrestling. Don't forget, Old Away Wrestling.
I've had enough. I'll make them say they'll never take another drop of blood from me and judge you all. One final bow. I'll be your end of days. Blood in the street.
Hey guys, what's up? This is All Gone Away Wrestling here with another video, and this is going to be my review for Money in the Bank 2011. Right now I just got back from the Doghouse Bar and Grill from watching the pay-per-view, and right now I am going to do the review. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. Now, as you know, if you saw my last video, I said I was going to write down my thoughts on Notebook, so I don't make any mistakes. So, if I make any mistakes, I'm sorry. Let me start off by saying a quote from John Cena, which he said on Twitter yesterday. Somewhere along the lines of, "Tomorrow will be talked about for a long time," unquote, by John Cena via Twitter on 7/16/2011. Well, it certainly will be talked about for a good while, that's for sure, and I'll get to that later. So let's get on with the first match of the night. First match of the night was the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. Sheamus versus Sin Cara versus Cody Rhodes versus Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett versus Justin Gabriel versus Heath Slater versus Kane. Now my picks for the match were Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, and Wade Barrett. Now obviously, if you saw Money in the Bank, neither of my picks won. In fact, very unexpectedly, in my opinion, the winner was Daniel Bryan. I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan. I am. But the thing is, I was very surprised to see Daniel Bryan win. After that, I was like, expect the unexpected. Anyway, overall the match was pretty good. You know, with a couple of high spots. One of them saw Sheamus taking out Sin Cara by powerbombing him through a table that was on the ring, that was like on the edge of the ring, and on the announce table. He powerbombed him through it. It resulted in Sin Cara being taken out on a stretcher. So basically took him out of the match. I don't know if he's legit injured. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see any of the refs doing the X symbol, which means a legit injury, so I don't know. Really good match. Just a lot of good spots in the match. That's pretty much it. And the last spot of the night saw Daniel Bryan winning the Money in the Bank by kicking Wade Barrett in the head and causing him to fall off the ladder. Because there was like a ladder. One end of the ladder was on the corner of the rope, and the other end was like attached to another ladder that was in the middle of the ring. And Wade Barrett was standing on top of it, on top of the ladder that was on the ropes, and Daniel Bryan just kicked him in the head and he got knocked down, which allowed Daniel Bryan to grab the briefcase and win the SmackDown Money in the Bank, which to me was a shocker. I was not expecting Daniel Bryan to win. I wasn't. Part of me was happy he won. Part of me was very happy he won. The other part of me was shocked that he won. I'm not saying I didn't want him to win. I was just shocked. Anyway, now onward to match number 2. The Divas Championship match. The Divas Champion Kelly Kelly versus Brie Bella. It was an okay match. Typical Divas match, you know. Which saw Kelly Kelly successfully defending the title against Brie Bella, thanks to some interference from Eve. So, yeah, Kelly Kelly defends the championship. My pick for that match was Kelly Kelly, so. Match number 3 saw Mark Henry versus The Big Show. My pick for the match was Big Show, but I also wanted Mark Henry to win, you know. The winner of the match was Mark Henry. It was actually an okay match, you know, considering it was your typical big man versus big man match. You know, pretty slow paced and all that, but it actually had a couple of high spots, which I was surprised at, which actually made it an okay match. The finish saw Mark Henry giving Big Show 2 World's Strongest Slams and 2 standing body splashes. I think it was 2, I'm not sure. It was 2 or more standing body splashes to get the pinfall on Big Show. After the match, Mark Henry attacked Big Show and put the chair through his left leg, and he got on the top rope and he did the middle rope body splash on it. It was a good match. It was actually a pretty good match. I actually liked it. Most big man versus big man matches I really don't enjoy that much, but this one was actually pretty good. And I'm actually glad Mark Henry won. So my pick was Big Show. Mark Henry won. I'm not disappointed with that result. I'm assuming that probably Big Show is getting some time off. I think this is a way to write him off for a few weeks, maybe a month. Now, onward to match number 4, the Raw Money in the Bank. It was Alberto Del Rio versus R-Truth versus The Miz versus Alex Riley versus Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio. Okay, I got it right. My picks for the match were Alberto Del Rio and The Miz. The winner of the match, Alberto Del Rio. So, one of my picks won. It was a great match with two great high spots. The first saw Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston doing dual cross bodies off each turnbuckle on the left side of the ring. If you were watching it on TV, on the left side of the ring, onto all of the participants on the floor. A little while later in the match, from the 20-foot ladder on the ramp, Evan Bourne, while everyone was fighting in the bottom, just fighting each other, Evan Bourne did a Billy Kidman style shooting star press onto everyone on the floor. It was really cool. When I say Billy Kidman style, I mean it was like sideways. He did it sideways. But it was still a great high spot. So yeah. The match was really, really good. I actually enjoyed it. During the match, there was a spot where, I forget who Miz was on top of the ladder with. I think it was R-Truth. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But the ladder was knocked down by Alex Riley, I believe. And Miz landed awkwardly in the bottom, on the ring apron. And I think his knee buckled a little bit. At first I thought he was legit injured because they took him out and everything. But then later on in the match, you see Miz come out and try and win the match and everything, but it didn't work. So at that point, I basically figured that it was a work injury. At most he sprained his knee. So anyway, the finish saw Del Rio and Mysterio fighting for the case at the very top of the ladder. Mysterio hit Del Rio a couple of times in the head with the case, but it was really soft. It made Del Rio groggy a little bit, but then Del Rio came back, and then he basically yanked Rey Mysterio's mask off of his head, causing Rey Mysterio to fall off and get to the floor, and allowing Del Rio to reach for the case and win. So, we already have the 2 Money in the Bank winners, Daniel Bryan and Alberto Del Rio. So, like I said, that match was good. A pretty good Money in the Bank match. Also, on a side note, this was new. Every member of the Money in the Bank match started off each holding a ladder in the beginning of the match, and they started fighting each other with the ladders and everything. Started off by ganging up on Del Rio, throwing the ladders on top of him. So it was pretty funny and pretty unique. It's pretty cool. Match number 5. The World Heavyweight Championship match. Randy Orton versus Christian. The winner of the match, by disqualification, and your new World Heavyweight Champion, Christian. The match, to be honest, out of all the matches that Orton and Christian have had, wasn't the best. You know, I'm not saying it was a bad match, because it wasn't. Far from it. It was a great match, but to me it wasn't the best. Anyway, it was a pretty good match with plenty of back and forth action between the two, between Christian and Orton. Christian hit the kill switch on Orton and kicked out and all that stuff. Really back and forth, a lot of high spots, and pretty good, you know, just like all their other matches they've had. A good match. The finish saw Orton had Christian in the corner, and Christian spit in Randy Orton's face, loogie and everything. You even see it in the slow mo, and this essentially pissed off Randy Orton, causing him to just go after Christian, punching him in the head repeatedly. The first time the ref tried to go for a 5 count, he managed to get Orton off, but Orton just looked at the ref and low-blowed Christian. Orton just looked at the ref and low-blowed him. Gave him a low blow. Disqualifying Orton, making Christian the new World Heavyweight Champion, because as we all know, if Orton would get himself disqualified or anything like that, Christian would automatically win the World Heavyweight Championship, and that's the result. After the match, Orton laid out Christian by giving him 2 RKOs on the announce table. I'm disappointed that the announce table didn't break, but whatever. It was still really, really cool. So, fact is, Christian is your new World Heavyweight Champion. We'll see if this one lasts longer than 2 days. One can hope. So yeah, a good match. Not the best, but it was good. Now the final match and the main event of the evening, the WWE Championship match. John Cena, WWE Champion, versus CM Punk, the challenger and hometown hero. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. My pick in the beginning was John Cena. But as the night went on, as the match went on, I was like, no, screw this. I want Punk to win. Why? Because that match was incredible. Just an awesome back and forth match. Just awesome. Each one of them hit all of their signature moves. Punk, he had locked in his Anaconda Vice. He had done his GTS. He had done that knee thing. Cena had done all 5 of his moves. Nothing. He even gave Punk two FUs. I mean, excuse me, 2 attitude adjustments. And just hands down the match of the night. This match went on for nearly 40 minutes. 37 to be exact. In my opinion, a candidate for match of the year. Just an awesome match. Alright? I'd say Punk really brought out the best in John Cena tonight. He really did. Okay, on to how the match went. Basically, back and forth between the two. Back and forth. Punk hit the GTS on Cena. Cena kicked out. Cena hit the AA on Punk. Cena hit the AA on Punk. Punk kicked out. Cena had locked in the STF 3 times on Punk. No, actually, not twice. Sorry, twice. And towards the end of the match, Vince McMahon and some guy, I think it was John Laurinaitis, I'm not sure. I might be wrong. But anyway, Vince and some guy came out. They were just watching the match. Punk looks at him, and then Cena locks in the STF. And McMahon, he attempts to do a recreation of the Montreal screw job. You know, by telling the guy to run down to ringside and tell them to ring the bell. Cena automatically unlocks the STF, jumps out of the ring, and clotheslines the guy, telling Vince that I wanna win this match on my own. And then Cena just jumps back into the ring, and just before he could do anything, Punk picks him up for the GTS, GTS. 1, 2, 3. New WWE Champion, CM Punk. Alright, now, obviously the crowd is going crazy, and they were going crazy the whole match for Punk. Completely for Punk, completely anti-Cena. With the exception of the kids, of course. And it was just great. Just an awesome, awesome match. One of the best matches I've seen this year. Probably the best. I don't know. It was just an awesome match. Sorry. A little kink in my neck. And you see McMahon walk down to where the announce table is. He takes one of the headsets. I think he takes it from Cole, puts it on, and he calls out calling for Del Rio to come and cash in his money in the bank on Punk. Del Rio comes out, runs to the ring, and just before any bell could ring or anything, Punk lays Del Rio out with that Muay Thai kick that he does, right on the side of the head, knocking him out. So he wasn't able to cash it in or anything. The bell didn't ring, so it wasn't official. The thing is, I was wrong. I'm not afraid to admit it. I was wrong. Punk won the WWE Championship. Punk walked out of Chicago, Illinois as the WWE Champion. I was wrong. But the fact is, that match was just gold. That match was just great. I really enjoyed that match. I can't fathom exactly how much I enjoyed it. Just great. Great. If I had to buy the pay-per-view, I would not have regretted one bit of it, buying the pay-per-view. I wouldn't have regretted a single bit. That's wow. Just wow. Well, that's basically it. So that's it. That's it for my review of Money in the Bank 2011, guys. I'll see you around. This is All Gone Away Wrestling, signing out. Take care, guys.